Because that's wrong. You need to have your own thoughts and feelings. You can't just rely on a God.
Did you not say you're Catholic, though? That's
I
exactly
went
what
to
it
Catholic
is.
school. Okay. Yes, I am born and raised Catholic, but that doesn't mean I follow all the policies. That doesn't mean I believe everything that the Bible is going to tell me to do.
So then why be a Catholic?
Because,
See the moral
because Catholics love people. That should be the message that Catholics should get.
Including babies? What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Christ Developed YouTube channel. Amen. I'm here with the man, Pavi, if you guys could hear that. And yes, we are filling up gas with a good old 2009 Honda CR-V, guys. You know, the perks of having an older car is you can just rip out. We are right now, actually, we're close to Hamilton. We're about how long have we been driving for? About an hour? Hour and a bit? Just over an hour? So we've been driving, guys, for about an hour. We are going to Guelph University, guys. We've never been here before. Pavi and I we have our main spot, which is downtown Toronto. It's called Ryerson, or the new woke name is TMU. But the beautiful thing, guys, about being a YouTuber, we get to travel to some pretty cool areas. I know this spot doesn't look that cool. We're in like the middle of kind of nowhere. But with that said, guys, we're gonna explore a new place. You guys know we went to McMaster one time. This is kind of close. We've never been to Guelph. We got the good old signs, as always, in the car. We're gonna evangelize, spread some seeds, guys, in Jesus' name, go. All right, guys, we are here. The sun's gonna set in about half an hour, so it's absolutely beautiful right now, but we are in a little bit of a rush. It got a little bit colder, hence the jacket. We got the good old abortion sign. You guys know what's up. Honestly, this sign alone, guys, if you saw the last videos, I mean, it did amazing, guys. We had no clue what to expect, but it stirred the pot quite a bit, so we're hoping for some good content, good reactions. We don't normally come this late, so hopefully things kind of get vacant or we find a light or something like that. Anyways, guys, let's jump in and go. All right, guys, we're walking into the Lion's Den. There's a lot of people, and that's fine. And again, guys, as you know, we never know what to expect. We never come to these places, so this is the first time we're here. And yeah, guys, I want you to just get out, go grab a sign. Supposedly, we talked to a guy, and he said the best area, there was like a cannon there. So we're gonna be outside a cannon. Dude, why is everyone so tiny? Did I just get like super tall? Like, everyone just like 5 foot. What's going on? Dude, I'm not that tall, man. There's no way. Guys, I'm just getting old, man. I'm gonna be 27 soon. Everyone just looks younger and younger every single year. All right, let's begin. He says he disagrees, and I just want to explain, like, from my perspective, just have a very friendly, civil convo. You can disagree as much as you want. We're not here for beef.
I've been my whole life,
so
I know.
So you do agree then, or not?
No, I disagree.
Okay.
There's different reasons why people get abortions. Yeah. For example, people have miscarriages, they need the access to get them. That is technically an abortion under the law. Yes, it is. I can Google it.
So can I explain then? So I say abortion is murder. Murder is premeditated, unjust taking of life. An abortion is not premeditated.
But technically abortion is through the operation of, let's say.
It is, but the child's already dead though, so it wouldn't be murder. So I agree with you, like technically it would be considered a
still need that access though. If you want to eliminate the access, then those who lost their child through the
they would still have access to that.
No, you want to get rid of it though.
No. I'm saying abortion is murder. So a miscarriage would not be affected because the child is already legally dead. So the two pills you're thinking of is mifepristone and misoprostol, RU486 and the other one.
So are you for men getting vasectomies?
If they want to, but...
So if you think women can't get abortions, do you think men should have to get vasectomies at the early age when they can produce semen?
Good question. Yeah, good question. I would say no, because semen in and of itself doesn't equate to a child.
So, but let's say I'm a woman, I can only go 9 months for a term carrying one child, let's say.
Okay.
You as a man could go 100 women, and let's say 90 of them can get pregnant. Yeah. How is that fair?
And I would condone that. So I preach to be celibate till marriage. I've been celibate for about 4 years. So I do not recommend men go just bang 100 girls or anything. That it would be a sin. I'm a Christian, right? So that'd be fornication, yeah. But they should get a vasectomy because sperm itself is not a child. Just like an egg itself is not a child. It's when fertilization happens, then it's a child. You guys have any questions, go for it. You can push back.
What's the purpose of like doing this on campus? Like, why
so I get people like you and you guys think about it.
But like, why are you doing this right now? What's the purpose? Like,
well, we go to every campus. We go to a bunch of places. So we just randomly happen to choose here. Kind of felt led by the Lord. And the turnout is usually pretty good. Like initially it's very contentious, but I can teach you guys some stuff because there's a lot of false information.
There isn't though.
So then what's your contention then?
Like, it's not murder.
So murder, if you Google it right now, is premeditated, unjust taking of life. The child hasn't committed any capital punishment.
But it's not a child.
So then what is it?
Cells. It's a group of cells.
You're a group of cells.
Yeah, but like skin cells are a group of cells that are actually alive, technically. But like me cutting my skin doesn't mean I'm.
So if I cut my hand, it's a good question. I'm not here for beef, guys. I genuinely want to answer questions.
Okay.
If I cut my hand, the hand is not gonna have life to it. If I have a child in the womb, it is small. It's a bunch of cells. It will mature into a living, breathing human.
That means that anything that has a potential to become life
Yes.
is technically murder. So me, like,
What else would be
having an IUD,
Yeah.
if I had a copper IUD, that would prevent the egg
Yeah.
from latching on to the uterine
Uterus,
wall,
yes,
right?
yes, yeah.
But that also means that it's alive. So is the copper IUD murdering
It can be,
the
yeah.
child?
Yeah, it can be abortifacious, yeah.
So
Really?
how do you
Yeah.
feel if women needed the medical access and needed to get it to save their life? So do you think a woman's life is not as important as a clump of cells?
Okay, good question. These are good questions. So it depends on the trimester. So there are
But there's policies where you can't get
I'll answer them.
abortion.
Yeah, I'll answer them.
for
So there's
trimesters.
ectopic pregnancies, that's first and foremost, right? Again, an ectopic pregnancy is not considered an abortion, right? So how that works is that you know that the little, the egg is growing in the fallopian tube, and if it continues to grow, it will burst and kill the mother. In that case, that would not be considered an abortion. But then number two, a third trimester abortion, you would get a C-section. There's no need to actually kill the child.
But it's already dead. If the child is like
So it's a
dead.
miscarriage. So that'd
But
be a
if
miscarriage.
you want to get rid of abortions, that's going to be how you remove
Yeah,
it.
but again, though, that's for living children. If the child's already dead, a miscarriage, that's not a medical abortion.
So let's say if I was in poverty and I could not afford to have this child, but I got raped, do you think I should carry it through?
Good questions. These are great questions. So it's horrible. I think death penalty to the rapist. I can back that up biblically.
But you support death penalty to the rapist, but not the woman.
I'm not pro-life. I'm an
But
abolitionist.
you're
I'm an abolitionist. It's a little bit different. Yeah. So the
what's
rape.
an abolition?
I'll answer. So the rapist committed a felony. The child did not. To be pro-life would just say, everyone can live. So just to answer your question though, rape is less than 1% of all abortions. It's still horrible. I think death penalty to the rapist, but the woman should not kill it. No, by no means.
Statistic.
Guttmacher Institute, which is a pro-life institute. You can Google it right now.
Can we pull that up?
Anyone can, yeah.
Okay.
It's 0.5% about, but it's
But
still
do you think
horrible.
the child should live with a rapist as a father.
Absolutely, opposed to killing it, yeah. Oh, and then to answer your question though, this is great. There are 36 adoptive families for every one child. So if the mother doesn't want the child, no problem, you can adopt it.
But there's so many children out there in the foster care system that are getting molested and abused every day.
Foster care is different than adoption. So adoption,
But they could still go into the
Can't
foster
guarantee
care
someone's
system.
gonna get adopted, though.
Yeah,
it's actually very hard to adopt the child. There are 36 waiting families,
Exactly.
it is hard.
No.
Super hard to adopt a child.
which is an amazing thing though. What I mean is like there's such a need for them that the child, if straight from the womb, will very, very unlikely go to foster care. Foster care is usually if the mother's had the kid, due to neglect laws, right, for maybe 1, 2, 3 years, and then puts in the foster care. That's a bit different, and it's not ideal. I agree. It's not great, but it's still.
Women might not have the resources to put a child up for adoption. They might not know where to go.
Well, you don't need. That's the whole point. You don't need resources. That's literally what adoption's
Say,
for.
"Oh, this is my kid. I'm gonna give it up for adoption."
Of course you
need to
can.
go through
You
these
can't just
No.
drop it off at like a
can't just-
doorstep.
No. So if let's say 4 months into the pregnancy, you know that you want to give it up for adoption. A lot of doctors are going to give you a bunch of pamphlets for families. Like the process will be there. Yeah.
The process will be there, but how can you guarantee that they're going to be a good fit?
Sure. Great. I can't
Also,
guarantee anything, but
Going through childbirth is one of the most painful things ever,
Yeah.
and I don't think you understand that because you're a man.
yeah.
Like
So in that case, I'd recommend getting a C-section.
a C-section, you're still getting it cut into you.
Well, no, I don't need to be a woman though to. No. Okay, well that's fine, but I still don't think like a scar on your stomach or it being painful justifies murder, right?
I think it's.
In that case, I would say be celibate till marriage.
But women get raped. There's
do.
10-year-olds getting raped, so
like-
you don't
like we
think
said-
they should get abortions. If they can't carry it, it's a 10-year-old child.
Yeah.
If your daughter, let's say,
Yeah.
got raped,
Yeah.
she's 10.
Yeah.
And would you say you have to carry it through the trimester? You
So
have
if
to.
the child doesn't organically pass away, miscarriage, which it may happen,
But
if
you
she's
still want your daughter to go through that, like the pregnancy.
if the child, yes, does not go through a miscarriage, she's old enough,
Old
then
enough,
yes.
That's a child. You want a child to have
Well,
a child?
that's why I'm saying if they're too young, the baby's not going to survive.
But a lot of times, there's been a case where a 5-year-old had a child.
No, that's not true. That's not true. No, the earliest case from what I'm aware is 11 years old.
11 years old. So you think an 11-year-old should have to go through that?
No, it's not ideal. Absolutely, it's not ideal, but it's still better than murder. And again, you guys are thinking of extremes, though.
You're ruining a child's life. Why should a clump of cells be worth more than a child who could be the next doctor, who could be the next president?
Not to mention, it's also very traumatic for the child.
Yeah,
it is. And then what if that child's parents, the daughter who got raped, could not financially afford that? You think that's fair to the daughter to go through? You think that's fair to the daughter to have to look at her baby and be like, wow, someone raped me, I have to live with this now for the rest of my life? And even if she gave it up for adoption, that's still, she has to be reminded and scarred of the memories. Rape is something that traumatizes people.
Well, if she aborts the kid, no, I agree. If she aborts the kid, she's going to be even more traumatized.
But that's better than giving birth. You don't.
Well, no, the stats show that. The stats absolutely show that.
What's that?
You can you can Google it right now. If a woman gets raped and then also has an abortion, she now is going to have that feeling of guilt for the rest of her life. And again, I want to make it clear though, just let me answer, okay? Again, though, we're thinking of extremes, which again is still bad, but you're bringing up the most.
They do happen though.
They do happen, and I've answered them, right? So what I would say is, you're not God. I would rather the child, yes.
But you're not God.
Lady, you gotta let me answer. I would rather the child have the potential of being poor, of having bad parents, of even potentially whatever, than killing it. Absolutely.
So you'd rather the child go through generational trauma, possible poverty.
Again, do you see the extremes though? These are like
These are not extremes though.
Absolutely
These are
they
not
are.
extremes.
I said 0.
This is reality. So many people cannot afford housing. Our age, probably a good chunk of these people might not be able to afford homes.
Yeah.
A good chunk
So
of these people might not be able to
do you
afford
think they should be
groceries.
having sex then if they can't afford homes?
Happen.
Again. So what about the 99.5% of other cases then?
Where's the statistic? Where's the
Guttmacher
statistic?
Institute, why women give abortions. The biggest reasons are they just don't want the child.
And that's fine if you don't want the child.
Well,
That is up to you. It's her body. It's her decision at the end of the day. I don't see you having to carry around something that's worth 10 pounds on your body. It affects your mental health. It affects your prefrontal development. They're trying to prove statistics that the younger you have kids, it can affect your brain. It's so important. It's important for these women to have this access to this Medicare. And they should have the choice. Why don't men have to be put in a position where it's either one or the other? Men don't have to feel like they have to choose their careers or families, but women do, and you will never understand that as a man. You will never be put in the position where it's your child or your career.
Can I answer when you're done?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a good point. I'm not a woman. I'm not going to be able to understand. But it's a fallacy of an argument, right? So the question I would ask is, do you have a penis?
No.
So how can you say that rape is wrong?
I can say that because it's fucking wrong. You're assaulting someone.
But you don't have a
without the
penis.
consent.
You don't have a penis.
But women can rape too.
Well, that's the exact argument that you guys used. You're saying because I'm not a woman, I don't have a uterus, I can't say objectively that this is right or wrong. It's a fallacy of an argument.
You can't.
I don't need to give birth to know what murder is. Like, I'll give you another example. I'm not black. I can say that slavery in the 1700s was objectively wrong. So it's a fallacy of an argument. That's kind of what I was trying to make. You're right. I won't give birth. I don't know what that's like, but I still know what murder is.
You can't be coming out here and saying abortion's wrong when you don't have to face the struggles. Realistically, yes, let's say your girlfriend, your spouse, whatever, she got pregnant. That is your
Well, she
decision.
wouldn't, though, because I'm celibate till marriage.
I know, but I'm just saying in this situation, she got pregnant and something would
I
happen.
want to deliver the kid, yeah.
And you would want to deliver the kid. That's fine. But why are you out here trying to dictate what other people should do?
Because I believe they should deliver the kid, too.
My kid? You have a devotion to my child?
Sure, I love that child, yeah. It's innocent. It's done nothing
First
wrong.
of all, that's a little bit weird. To love my child?
I love everyone here. I love all you guys. That's what we're commanded to do as Christians, to love our neighbors ourselves. So absolutely.
But that's not being Christians. Christians should
What is being Christian then?
I went to Catholic school. Christian and Catholic are different.
They're different, yes. That's a big thing.
I grew up
And if you are Catholic, then you should be on my side. You know that abortion's murder.
But I want women to have equal rights.
So then you're a fake Catholic.
I'm not a fake
There's
Catholic.
a cognitive dissonance there. God says that murder.
But God also says you can't mix fabrics.
That's Old Testament.
Okay, but still you're using the Bible.
No. The moral laws remain over from Old Testament to New Testament. We can go down theology if you want, but you can't be saying you're Catholic and then before abortion. It doesn't make sense.
Do you prioritize unborn fetuses over living, breathing women?
No. I would try to put them on the same playing field. Like, you already have it.
That's not possible. When it's one or the other, like, you have to choose.
Why does it have to be one or the other, though? This is a black and white extreme.
Because sometimes pregnancies can be life-threatening for
Yeah, and
women
because
carrying
women-
They can, yeah. I can answer these.
They don't want a kid.
Yeah.
Why do you have a microphone but there's no sound? Like, why are you holding a microphone? Like, you're on a stick, but there's no sound.
Do you understand what this is?
No, I'm just asking because I'm having trouble hearing.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you're all there, man. It's a microphone that goes into the camera. It's not meant to like.
But you should get like a PA or something.
I do have that in my bag, but I can put it on if you guys want to hear. But like,
Go get it, bro. We'll wait.
well, you guys can hear me, right?
Also,
That's
I think
good.
your demographic.
This is good. And also, last thing before we go, you don't know who here. Like, I'm sure most people are against me, but like, that shouldn't be the reason we don't fight for something. I just want to give you an example. In the 1700s, slavery, the consensus was that's just a black guy. You know, I don't want this. Slavery is legal. It was legal at the time. That doesn't mean objectively, though, I shouldn't be able to fight for something, even if it's not popular, right? It's the same thing with
It's
this.
not popular. Well, slavery was wrong. Like,
But how do you know it was wrong? On what standard?
y'all hearing this?
What standard, though?
Every standard.
But where's that standard come back to?
You come back to what?
Are you atheists? Do you believe in a God? Like, what are you?
I'm agnostic.
You're agnostic. So what agnostic standard are you able to say what is right and wrong?
I don't need a God to tell me what is right or wrong. I have my own moral beliefs that I come up with on my own.
Do you believe those moral beliefs change over time?
They can,
So then how do you know what you're saying is right or wrong?
because it's what I believe in, and I.
So what if I believe as a racist that racism is fine?
That's
How-
your belief, but I don't agree with that belief.
Right. So then you have no moral ground to stand on to tell me what I'm doing is wrong. You see the difference?
So then you have no moral ground to
I
stand
do because
that
I'm a
what
Christian.
women are doing
My
is wrong.
moral ground comes from the Bible. I do have moral ground to stand
so
on.
you can say that abortion is wrong, but we
Ab-
can't have an opinion on what you're doing.
Of course you can have an opinion, but that moral objectivity comes back to nothing. It's just self-centeredness, and it's subject to change, just like in the slavery in the 1700s. We knew it was objectively wrong because of the Bible. Christian abolitionists were Christian who went in and freed them, just like with abortion. And that's why I'm saying, you can try to rebuttal it if you want. That's why I'm saying forgiveness can be found, guys, through Jesus. Like if you had an abortion, I'm not saying you go to
can't-
hell.
But you
can be
can't
born again.
Place Christianity on top of every belief
Why not?
because that's wrong. You need to have your own thoughts and feelings. You can't just rely on a God.
Did you not say you're Catholic though?
I
That's
went
exactly
to
what
Catholic
it is.
school.
Okay.
Yes, I am born and raised Catholic, but that doesn't mean I follow all the policies. That doesn't mean I believe everything that the Bible is going to tell me to do.
So then why be a Catholic?
Because,
See the moral
because
cognitive,
Catholics love people. That should be the message that Catholics should get.
including babies,
If they want to love babies, sure.
including
not
the fetus,
babies.
including fetuses.
I'm saying if women want to get an abortion, that should not be a man's position to tell a woman not to.
Well, I can be a woman and still say the exact same thing.
And if you're a woman saying that same thing, you're fucking dumb as fuck. Like, I'm sorry. Like, a lot of women think women should be able to reproduce or not reproduce. You don't know also what medical history the woman has, and I don't think some guy out here with a microphone should be telling women what to do with their bodies.
I know
Like,
it.
no offense.
It's emotional, but like you've given zero stat, you've given no biblical founding. I've given you the science. I'll give you guys tons. Life. 96% of biologists agree that life begins at conception. If you Google right now, when does life begin scientifically? It will say fertilization.
I think it says 6 weeks at birth.
Google it right now. Go for it. Anyone Google when does life begin scientifically? Go for it.
Okay, so you keep bringing up like slavery or like other examples of immoral things.
Yeah.
What is your, because you are claiming, you are making the statement, what is your grounds of saying that a bunch of cells have the same value as an actual human being?
Great question. Because the Bible says, Jeremiah 1:5.
I don't care about Bible. That's your religion, your business.
So,
I don't care about
so
it.
do you see though? See,
Morally,
are you,
actually-
okay, let me ask you a question. Are you atheist? Where's your belief coming from?